Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday, April 9th to all of you. Hope you're all doing very well. I've got some MLB bets for today that I'd like to discuss. So without any further ado, let's get right into today's video. All right, it's a 6-game slate in Major League Baseball today, a small one, so it's a nice little reprieve from the 15-game slates that we've had pretty much every single day for quite a while now. So first game on the board, Reds at the Marlins, Rhett Lauder against Max Meyer, and this was I'm so happy about this one. Let me just start off the video by saying that I am very happy about this one so far. I took the Reds money line last night at plus 115, and it moved heavily in my direction. The Reds money line now sits at plus 107, so I got about 9 cents of CLV closing line value on that one so far. Usually that means that the market agrees with me. The market actually thinks that my bet is good, and in the long term, that is very profitable. So let's break down the matchup here. It's Rhett Lauder pitching for the Reds, Max Meyer for the Marlins. I think that Rhett Lauder is the better starting pitcher. And if he's not better, he's at least equal to Max Meyer. Like, you can't tell me that Max Meyer is better than Rhett Lauder. And last night, the Marlins were priced at minus 130, which pretty much was telling me that the market was telling me that they thought that Max Meyer was better than Rhett Lauder. And no, that is not the case. These guys are, at best, equal. Rhett Lauder might even be better than Max Meyer. Certainly in current form, Rhett Lauder is pitching better to start the year. When you look at the offenses, nothing really splits the two. I think they're very equal offenses. And you look at the bullpens, and I think they're very equal. So I do not know why I was getting plus 115 on the Reds last night, and I got it, and I'm happy about it because it's not available anymore, and you can't get that anymore. So best you can probably get is like Reds money line somewhere around plus 105 or something. It's worth a shot. It's not as good as what I got last night at plus 115, but I still definitely like the Reds. I think the Reds win this game, and I love my position that I took. So, yeah, I think the Reds I think it's a very coin flip game, a very, very coin flippy game, and so I love getting plus 115 on either side. But, yeah, give me the Reds here. All right, so moving on. Next bet for us. So you go Athletics, Yankees. This game is in New York. You got Jeffrey Springs against Ryan Weathers. Springs for the A's, Weathers for the Yankees. I think Jeffrey Springs is better than Ryan Weathers. And it just goes off the numbers from last year and actually the last several years. And then even to start this year, Jeffrey Springs has pitched very well to start this year. Ryan Weathers just struggled against the Marlins at home at Yankee Stadium. I think the A's have the advantage in the starting pitching matchup here. Now, everywhere else, the Yankees have the advantage. The Yankees have a better lineup. The Yankees have a better bullpen. But at this price, I think we're getting a steal with the A's. So I took the Athletics first 5 money line at plus 165 for 0.5 units. So half a unit. And then also I put 0.6 units on Athletics plus 1.5 for the full game. So half a unit on Athletics first 5 money line at plus 165, and then half a unit on Athletics plus 1.5 for the full game. I think the A's are a little bit mispriced here. I think that they can compete. They have the starting pitching advantage. And whenever a team has the starting pitching advantage and they're favored by plus 1.5 runs, it's a good bet to bet them. It's really hard for the favorite team laying the 1.5 to cover that spread when they don't have a starting pitching advantage. That's just how it works. So, yeah, long term, I like this position. I like the A's here. I think the Yankees are a very popular home favorite to bet. So, yeah, let's fade them here. Let's take the Athletics on the first 5 money line for half a unit, plus 165, and Athletics plus 1.5 at minus 110 for another half a unit. Moving on, Tigers Twins. This game is in Minnesota. It's Jack Flaherty against Mick Abel. Flaherty for the Tigers, Abel for the Twins. I definitely think the Tigers have a starting pitching advantage here. Mick Abel is a young, inexperienced prospect coming from the Phillies last year. He has barely pitched at the major league level, and it's not good. The sample size is small, but he has struggled horribly in Major League Baseball so far. Don't need to say much more about that. Jack Flaherty, although he has struggled this year, is a proven veteran. He's been in Major League Baseball for a long time. He's pitched in the World Series. He's a better pitcher than Mick Abel. Okay, they're both not in good form. Both are struggling right now, but comparing the two, Jack Flaherty is a better option. When you look at the lineups, I would make them about equal in this spot, and it's all about the spot, okay? With the Tigers on the road, they're not as good offensively. They're not. At home, the Tigers are great. On the road, a lot more sketchy. Twins at home can compete with this Tigers lineup. So when you look at it in this specific spot, I put the offenses at about equal. And then you look at the bullpens, and I definitely have to give the Tigers a bullpen advantage. So factoring everything in here, Tigers starting pitching advantage, Tigers bullpen advantage, lineups about neutral. Take a look at the price. It's Tigers favored at minus 133. I think that's a little bit low. I think the Tigers should be favored by more. And so I took the Tigers money line at minus 133 for 1 unit. I think they're the better team. I think they should win this game, get back on track. And yeah, I'm willing to put a unit on it at a juiced minus 133. So taking the Tigers there. Moving on, you got the Diamondbacks visiting the New York Mets in Flushing, Queens, New York. Eduardo Rodriguez for the Diamondbacks. Nolan McLean for the New York Mets. Both guys have pitched very well to start the year, but looking at last year and the year before, Rodriguez struggled really badly. He's going into a tough environment in New York. This Mets offense has seen him very well. I think they scored 8 runs off of him last year in this ballpark, and I think they scored 5 runs off of him in Arizona last year. Small sample size, 2 starts against the Mets last year, 13 runs allowed. So he has struggled against this lineup. I think the Mets are going to have confidence going up against him. And then on the other side, it'll be the first time ever that the Diamondbacks face Nolan McLean, who is a top prospect guy, pitching very well early on in his career. I give the Mets a starting pitching advantage here. I also give the Mets a lineup advantage, and I give the Mets a clear bullpen advantage. So when you line up all 3 of those things, they're at home. We're getting a really, really, really good price on the Mets here at minus 1.5, laying the 1.5 runs, plus 135. Juicy plus odds for the Mets today. We're taking it, and we're going to put 0.8 units on it. Mets minus 1.5 plus 135. They've got the advantage everywhere in that game. They're at home. They should be able to win comfortably. I passed on the White Sox-Royals game. I think the Royals win it, but the price is way too inflated at minus 175 for me to have any interest in betting that game. So moving on, Rockies at the Padres. This game is the first game of this series in San Diego tonight. No starter announced for the Rockies, but I've heard whispers around the internet that it will be Chase Dollander for the Colorado Rockies. And then for the San Diego Padres, it will be Randy Vasquez. Vasquez has pitched very well so far this year. 2 starts, has looked really, really good. And he looked pretty good last year as well. I think he is the better starting pitching option in this matchup. If it's Chase Dollander and pretty much anybody on the other side. The Rockies pitching is very bad. Rockies bullpen is terrible. They're one of the worst bullpens in Major League Baseball dating back to last year. This year they've gotten off to a good start, but I don't think that's going to hold up for the entire year. For me, they're still one of the worst bullpens in Major League Baseball. And this Padres offense is back at home. They've actually started to score runs. They've scored 5 or more runs in 3 out of their last 4 games. Should be nice weather in San Diego today. 70 degrees down there near Coronado Bay. I think the Padres can score runs off of Chase Dollander. And I think that they can score runs off of that Rockies bullpen. I think they're going to have to score runs in this game to get over the line ultimately at the end. I think Vasquez probably gives up a couple. I didn't want to lay the minus 1.5 runs because I don't trust Randy Vasquez enough. I also don't trust this Padres offense enough. But, well, actually, I'll take that back. I do trust the Padres offense enough against a Rockies bullpen and starting pitcher that is just terrible. So that's pretty much where they come down to. Padres offense at home should be able to score on the Rockies pitching that's just terrible. So my bet for this game is Padres team total over 4.5 runs at -105 for 1.05 units. So the Padres just need to score 5 runs in that game for me to win my bet. Keep it simple, isolate it to just the Padres offense. I like it a lot. So recapping my 6 bets for Major League Baseball here on Thursday, April 9th. We're starting off with the Cincinnati Reds money line at +114 at 0.8 units. We beat the market significantly there. I love the position. Then we'll move to the Athletics +165 on the first 5 money line. Athletics first 5 money line +165 odds for half a unit. And then Athletics plus the 1.5 runs for the full game for a half a unit. Then we move to Flushing, Queens, New York. We take the New York Mets laying the 1.5 runs -1.5 at +135 for 0.8 units. They have the advantage everywhere in that game. They should be able to win by a margin. We head to Minnesota, and we are going to take the Detroit Tigers money line -133 for a full unit over the Minnesota Twins. Tigers have the better starting pitcher. They have got the better bullpen. They should be able to win this game and win the series and get back on track. And then last but not least, last game of the night, San Diego Padres hosting the Colorado Rockies. I think the Padres are going to score at least 5 runs in this game, and that's why my bet is Padres team total over 4.5 runs at -105 for 1.05 units. Thank you for watching, guys. Go check out my Instagram page. That's where I post my full slate of picks each and every day. It's at Cole Mirza, same as this YouTube handle. And then follow this YouTube channel for more picks like this. I'll be back here tomorrow breaking down each and every game on the slate. Good luck out there today with your action, guys, and let's have some fun, huh?